Why is that? When you have that thing in your head, you know what you want to say, and when your boss asks you that question, and somehow whatever words that come out from your mouth seem to be so scrambled out, after the entire conversation you go, oh my god, why couldn't I say it better? If that's you, then you are at the right place. Why should you listen to a 45-year-old in a blue jeans jacket? I'm Jules T, and by day, I'm an IT senior manager in the manufacturing industry. For the past 20 years, I've messed up a lot of things. And I make these videos because I want to share what I wish I knew earlier so that you don't have to make the same mistakes that I did. Let me take you back when I was 23 years old, fresh out of college. So we were all in this meeting where it was a project status update. It was an early Monday morning and we are all dressed up in layers because the meeting room was so cold. It was called Everest, and it really felt like Everest thanks to the centralized aircon. When we started the meeting, my manager turned around and asked me, Jules, what's the current status of the project? Everyone's eyes suddenly turned and looked at me. I didn't expect that I was the first one to be called out in the meeting, and despite the room being so cold, my hands started to feel sweaty. I started to sweat inside my thick jacket and I was so nervous. Then I got my head together and I started to say, we are halfway in the testing phase and I think our team has completed the unit testing and maybe the vendor end-to-end testing has not been completed yet, and perhaps we need to expedite the vendor so that we can complete the test because we are 2 weeks behind schedule, and maybe we need to think about how to expedite this testing. And from the corner of my eye, I could actually see his expression change because he was turning impatient. I was using all the words of showing that I was unsure, like maybe, perhaps. So it made me look like as if I wasn't sure about what I was talking about, and he just blurted, well, Jules, I don't know what you're talking about, and so confused. And that statement really stung. And after the meeting, I was telling myself, why did I speak this way? I knew what was happening in the project, and I should have painted the scenario in a better way. I should have said this and I should have said that, and I was so disappointed that I didn't handle the situation better. The problem was not because I didn't know the answer. In fact, I really understood the situation well. It's just that the manner that I explained the situation wasn't clear enough, wasn't structured enough. That created the lack of confidence in my response. And without a structure, nobody could follow me. I was just rambling on. Have you ever felt that when you said something, the words just come out of your mouth without much thought? You go back to your desk, you wonder, why couldn't I have said it better? Lesson number 1 is to start with a headline. Just like reading the news. When you receive your newspaper, the biggest fonts are always in the first page. And that's where you see the updates for the day, the highlights of the day. And that's the same way you approach a question by your manager. We're halfway through the testing. Our progress is approximately 50% completion, and we have the other 50% that is pending the vendor's test. One clear line and everybody gets it. Lesson number 2 is to use the 1, 2, 3 structure. I observed it in one of my manager's conversation where he will constantly use the first point is this, where we are going to do this, and then next thing we're going to do this, and lastly we're going to sum it up with this action. So when you go point by point, you're actually talking in structure. So this is how I would have approached it better. Number 1, the testing is 50% complete. Number 2, the pending tasks are all at the vendor's end. Number 3, once the vendor has completed the testing, then I would say the whole entire testing is complete. So you're talking in points, and that's how people will understand you better. And suddenly, your conversation sounds so much more professional. number 1, number 2, number 3. It's like discovering a cheat code. It sounds like everything is structured in your head. It creates credibility in you as a speaker. Lesson number 3 is to pause. A lot of people hate pauses. When they hear silence, they tend to want to fill the silence with words. I will stop you right there, because when you try to ramble into the silences, usually you don't come off as someone who is really in control of the room. If you say something like this, well, right now our testing progress is 50%. We have completed our unit testing at our end. The other 50% is pending vendor to complete the testing. And once that's completed, then we can say that the end-to-end testing is complete. See, there's a difference in how you say it. Every sentence with a slight pause. And when you do that, people are able to catch what you want to say because they have time to process your words. And the pause gives you control of the entire room. It makes you feel that you know what you're saying. You're not in a rush to complete it. You're not nervous. You are just steady. If you're just starting your career, remember this. Your headline, structure, and pausing at the right moments. If you try this for the first time, you might feel awkward. But when you try this method multiple times, you will slowly get the hang of it, and it becomes part of the way you carry out your conversation. If you find this useful, remember to press a like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you and bye.